All right, real quick. I was having a conversation the other day with an athlete, right? An athlete who's very talented, right? Going through a lot of traumatic things or a lot of traumatic stress. Had went through a lot of things in life that he had to overcome at such a young age. And we were talking about a lot of the people that play his sport in a professional level. Talking about motivation, we were talking about heart, discipline, obsession. A question was posed throughout our conversation, and the question was, what is it that separates certain athletes from other athletes? Now, when I asked that question, I wanted him to think about certain struggles that athletes have went through, right? We all know that athletes are people first. I've been saying that for about 2 or 3 years now, right? Ever since I stopped playing ball. Because like you all know, I went through some traumatic things as well. But athletes go through things in their personal life, and those things affect the way they play positively. Here's what I mean by that. See, negatively, we see it, right? We see it on the field. We see certain athletes bringing in their personal life to the field, and it's messing their game up because they can't think straight. Football players, they're missing tackles because they're thinking about not having lights on in the house. Baseball players are missing pitches. They're looking for that pitcher to hit it, but they're missing it because they're thinking about issues with their girlfriend. They just broke up or they just got rejected by a girl, right? Basketball players can't shoot free throws. They got yips now, like Markelle Fultz, for example, having yips at the free throw line. And this particular basketball player might be thinking about, pops is in jail, mom's got cancer, grandma on drugs, whatever the case may be, right? But you can reverse that though. You can reverse that, right? You can think about the positive things in the game and let the negative things from life impact that to improve your game and not decrease it, okay? So I was asking the question, and a lot of athletes who are superior athletes in a professional level, Hall of Fame type guys, have went through very traumatic things in their personal life. And what they've done is this. They found ways to let that push them, right? Let it push them toward being better athletes, right? Yes, it took a toll on them as far as being a person, but they let it push their careers forward and forward and forward, right? Everything is about placement, right? Placement and knowing how to sort of turn things around, okay? When I was working with my mother, who's actually a business owner, right? She has an agency in social work, mental health, and she works with a lot of kids, middle school, high school even, elementary school. Most of the kids that she works with are from age probably 5 to about maybe 14, 15, right? We also get a couple of older guys, older girls, 17, 18 as well. But most of the guys are pretty much between that age group, 5 to probably 15, 16. And what I noticed was that as I would work with them, a lot of them would come to school and fight everybody, just fight. As soon as you look at them in the eye, they want to fight you. And my mom couldn't figure out why. Like, what is it about these kids that make them want to fight everybody? And I kind of came to the conclusion that they're mad about something, but what are they mad about? That's the golden question. It's not about the what a lot, it's about the why. What are you mad at? Why are you mad? Right? What are you mad at? Right? And a lot of kids were going through some very traumatic things at home that they couldn't come to school to get sympathy about or get empathy about from teachers, assistant principals, the principals, the sport coaches. They couldn't get understanding and sympathy and somebody to say, I understand you, I hear you from them. So they come to school and they fight. And what happens is this, these kids aren't mad at the person that they're fighting. They're mad because there's no lights on in the house. They're mad because mom is working 4 jobs sometimes to try to keep the lights on in the house, try to keep food in their stomach, try to keep clothes on their back. And sometimes it still don't even work. Dad is in jail or dead. Grandma dying of cancer. Somebody in the little sister on drugs, right? Older brother selling drugs. Little sister's out here selling her body or whatever she's doing. And that's what they're mad at. But they come to school and the person that's in front of their face, oh, they get it. Because you got to think, the person that's in front of their face is receiving the pain, the hurt, the tormenting, all of the negative emotions that specific person is facing at home, right? Boom, let's take it from an athletic perspective though, right? I'm gonna bring up a couple of athletes. Ray Lewis, okay? Allen Iverson, okay? LeBron James, okay? Those three athletes, we're gonna go with those three athletes for now. Ray Lewis, right? We'll start with him. Hall of Fame linebacker, Baltimore Ravens, right? University of Miami, Lakeland, Florida, okay? Grew up living in his garage. Grew up watching his mom get beat by the men she would bring home, her boyfriends or his stepfathers, okay? Dad never came home. Would call his daddy all the time when he was little. Dad would say, listen, man, I'm coming on the way to get you. I'm coming to get you. Just be outside, wait on me. And his dad would never come. His mother's a high yellow woman, light skinned, right? And she's in the house wearing sunglasses because she keeps getting beat. Her eyes keep getting blackened by the guy she's dating, right? So what did he do? What did Ray Lewis do? He went out and got a deck of cards and he did push-ups until he got big enough to fill out these big shirts he would wear around the house, and he was able to help his mother out. He did sit-ups until his abs burned so he can build his body up to protect his mother from the guys that were hitting him, right? Everything is about a why. How many cards is it in the deck? 52. What was Ray Lewis' number? 52. Okay? Let's go with somebody else, right? Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson grew up in the hood, Virginia. Okay? Newport News, Virginia. Right, if I'm not mistaken. When Allen Iverson would walk through the house, they called his house the swamp. The reason why is because the sewage would be leaking up through the carpet and he had to wear shoes on in the house at all times. The reason why is because his feet would be wet from walking through the carpet. Every time he walked through the carpet, it would make a sound as he's walking through the house, right? Mom working crazy jobs. He had to go stay with his coach at Bethel, at the high school he went to, right? Move in with his coach and his family because of the conditions that was so bad in Virginia where he was growing up, in the projects, right? LeBron James, somebody that we all know is arguably the best basketball player to ever play, right? Homeless. Mother had him as a freshman, sophomore in high school. Never seen Pops before. Homeless, right? Streets of Akron, Ohio. What did all three of those guys do? They took what they went through and they turned it into something positive that they could use for their careers, okay? A lot of this stuff is about that. So to get back to the original question, right? I asked the question, I said, what is it that separates certain athletes from other athletes in terms of a mental standpoint, in terms of that grit, that grind, that I won't be stopped mentality? And what I told him was this, right? I said, some athletes, professional, college, high school, Pop Warner, Little League, T-ball, right? But you see it more prevalent in high school, college, professional. Some athletes go through things in their personal life that are 5 times, 10 times, 20 times harder than whatever they will go through on the field. Okay? Some athletes go through things that are 5 times, 10 times, and sometimes 20 times harder in their real life, their personal life, that they will ever go through on the field, on the court, on the pitch if you play soccer. Understand that. Understand the mentality, okay? So athletes out there, if you are watching this video, understand what you're up against. You have to turn your mentality up because you don't know what that guy's going through across the field from you. Quarterbacks, running backs, you don't know what that linebacker's going through, Ray Lewis. You playing defense on the cat. You don't know if that cat's homeless or not, LeBron. You still got to stop him, right? You playing center. You can't let that guard drive in there and beat you to the rim. Get a nice little easy layup, Allen Iverson. Right? You have to understand who you're going up against. And for my guys who are going through things in life, I was one of them. Going through a lot of traumatic stuff at my own house, right? During my own playing career, 16, 17, 18. Find a way to use that negative emotion that you're facing right now and allow it to help your game. I would tell kids when they were fighting in school, I would say, listen, the guy that you're fighting, the guy that's in front of your face that you're taking all of your emotion out on because you got things going on at home, don't fight him. Get him on the basketball court, cross him up and dunk on him. Get him on the football field, run him over, right? Tackle him, right? Juke them. Do what you got to do. Baseball players, hit a home run on them. Look at that pitcher as that opposition. Look at that pitcher as that condition that you're facing at home, right? Do that. Do something positive that helps your career, not negative. Some athletes go through things in their personal life that are 5 times, 10 times, and even 20 times harder than anything they will ever experience or go through on the field, on the court, or on the pitch. Y'all remember that. Apollo Sports Counseling. We out.